Now with that intermediate line, that whole line is gonna sink underneath, and it probably sinks around like an inch or an inch and a half per second. So depending on how much slack you give that line is how much it's gonna sink. So say if I casted that fly on an intermediate straight out and started retrieving, I would keep the consistent depth. Now say if I casted it again and let it sit for 2-3 seconds, that line would start to be able to dig in there, and I would achieve the depth I wanted to through the line rather than the weight of the fly. We'll talk about some leader setups here. So I like running around like 6 feet of 12-pound fluorocarbon to 10-pound fluorocarbon. I really notice I'm in water's low and clear. They're probably not looking at the leader, but it makes me feel a little more confident if I'm kind of sizing down that leader to the clarity of the water. And I find this line very useful, especially in this low clear water. If we just need to achieve a little more depth and keep that line in swinging with our rod tip so there's no hinge point. That is one downside with that floating line, that there is a big hinge point in that line when you're stripping your fly. So a scenario I'd use this in is low clear and like some smaller weightless streamers in some more shallow water. And that just allows me to kind of keep that fly in the zone the whole way through. And like good flies for that are like zoo cougars, like small little sex dungeons, anything like that. But I'm always carrying an intermediate line with me